Okay, y'all, this is Reg Hassett again. I had to come back on with part two because there was a lot of people who was getting me misconstrued or whatever. Um, I'm not saying that I don't see the value in a program like, say, education before basketball or the team impact. As a matter of fact, if you rewind and you look at my first entry, you will see that I say there is definitely a need for those type of programs to service a certain type of kid. Now, what I am saying is that if you are an elite level kid, your ceiling is different than a kid who kind of just plays because their friend plays or they just like basketball so they want to be on a team. That kid has a different uh, ceiling than a kid who really has Division One potential, has professional basketball potential, and the kid who has that professional basketball potential needs to be surrounded by other kids whose potential matches his. That goes for anything, not just basketball. That goes for anything that you do. Now, another thing that I wanted to nail home is that I'm not being braggadocious. However, I am saying that if you are a good coach, then the proof should be evident to the people you play, the people who watch you. A lot of basketball coaches, especially around Connecticut, especially around Hartford, you'll see the kids, and the kids are just running up and down the court in disarray. They don't really know how to play. If a team or a player is being coached properly, you will see their basketball IQ improve. You will see their knowledge of game situations improve. So I'm saying that if you see a team who has good coaching versus a team who doesn't, the proof will be evident in the way those kids play against each other. Now, let me say this again, and to all you coaches who do all the hating and and the name calling and rock throwing behind people's backs, namely mine. This is what I have to say about that. You are doing yourself a disservice. You're making yourself look crazy, first of all. But secondly, you are harming the potential of a kid when you allow people to believe that a kid is cheating simply because they are head and shoulders better than the kids on your team. That's unfair to the child when you do stuff like that. Because most parents don't want to believe that they are just kids who are just double or three times better than their child. Most parents have a problem accepting that, but the reality is there are some really good kids. Now, the flip side to that is if you go to other states, there are kids who are three times better than that kid who you see that's better than your child. There's a kid better than him somewhere else. So everything, like is relative. Now, when you don't want to accept that that kid is better than your kid, so you swear up and down that that kid has to be older. If you're a coach and you know that that kid is not older, it is your duty and your responsibility to explain to your parent, no, he's not older. I know him. I used to teach him. He goes to the school that I work at, or etc. He's not older. He is just very good. There is no reason to hate on a child. There's no reason to hate on a coach if a kid is simply excellent. That's the problem that we have in the black community when anybody, not just in sports, when anybody is exceptional, most times they get hated on by other people who just want to be like, nah, my boy better than that. Or, you know what, only reason why he like that is because this happened, or whatever have you. That's the reason why there are no real superstars from Hartford, Connecticut, and why we have a problem having anybody to really break it and make it big within the Connecticut community, because we have so many people who condone that type of behavior and let that kind of stuff just fly. Now, you have never heard me, and I'll take this to the bank, you have never heard me say that a kid was older if he wasn't. Now, this goes to another point. If you are going to put that label on a kid. If you are cheating, if you do have a kid who is older, playing down, playing against kids 2, 3 years younger than him, you are doing the kid a disservice again. Because what happens is, if you take that kid somewhere and there's a coach or a scout who's there who says, you know what, I'm interested in this kid. He's the strongest 16-year-old I've seen. Or I've never seen a eighth grader who could rebound like that. And come to find out that he's not in the 8th grade. He's actually in the 10th grade, but you had him playing 8th grade because you didn't want to lose. Now you have to lie to that coach and tell him that this kid is in the 8th grade. Now that coach is going to be interested in the kid that he thinks is 14 in the 8th grade when actually he's 16 in the 10th grade. So no one benefits from that except the coach who just wants to win. So when you have a situation like I do, where I have a bunch of kids who excel past their grade level, you have a bunch of other coaches whose teams cannot compete with mine, who will just tell their parents or allow their parents to believe he uses older players. These kids are old. And the fact is, I did it the correct way by getting a group of kids who were young, building them up, and playing up a bunch of times. We played up so much that a lot of you other coaches started to believe that we were actually those ages because we were competing. So when we were 6th grade and 7th grade, when we were 11 and 12 years old, we were competing against 8th graders and having good games. Yes, we did lose some of them, but we were playing up. So now when these kids are in their right grade and they're playing against other kids who are in their right grade, we're winning by 40 and 50 points even without trying. And you guys want to say, well, those kids, they've been playing 8th grade for 3 years, so they got to be older. You know that's not true. And stop doing that type of stuff. That's how you can tell who has a quality program and who doesn't. When you have people who will try and throw dirt on your program from the other sideline or from the stands. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to the coach who's doing a good job or doing the right thing. It's not fair mainly to the kids who are excelling beyond their grade and their age and really, have earned the right to receive whatever power and prestige and recognition that they're getting. They deserve it, and they don't deserve to have it be questioned simply because they're good. This has to stop. And if you are a parent and your kid is involved in something like that, you need to go to the coaches and demand that the coaches raise their level of accuracy, raise their level of excellence so that your child can get better. Because it's very possible. A lot of coaches don't know how to do it, but it is extremely possible to make an average player an exceptional player. It is extremely possible to make a below average player an average player or a slightly above average player. It is extremely possible to do that if you have the dedication of the child first and the parent second. If you've got to stop trying to win every game or win every tournament so your parents and your kids believe that they're better than what they actually are. You even have some of the kids going around saying, there's no way that this kid is in the 6th grade. There's no way he actually 12. There's no way they're blocked. You got the kids believing it. And that's another thing you coaches do a disservice to your children when you allow kids to believe that every time they lose, the other team had to cheat. That is such a poor stance for our kids, black kids, to take. Like, you can lose fair and square because the other team was better prepared than you, the other players were more skilled than you. That can happen, and it will continue to happen if you don't dedicate yourself to getting better. Don't let the kids believe, the refs don't like us, or the refs cheated us, or, play harder, get better. That's the bottom line. Stop allowing people to believe that the Hartford team has to be cheating, or that CBC has to be cheating, or that Connecticut Select has to be cheating. It's not true. The only thing that's really happening is those kids take it way more serious than y'all do, or those coaches are way more effective than the others. This is Reg Hatchett. Holla.